Skaro, the home planet of the Daleks. The cities are in ruins, and once powerful Daleks have been destroyed. Or so it seems. In the dark underground between half-ruined shells, the survivors continue to make their plans. But they had no idea that the Tardis had long since picked up their signals.
No, seriously.
They survive. Always.
Sweetie.
What?
Oh, very kind, Doctor.
What are you doing here?
Apparently I'm following the same signal as you.
Yeah, obviously, but how did you get here?
With a teleporter, an old Cyberman spaceship, and a lot of patience.
Where did you get...
The spaceship? Torchwood. And now don't ask. Get your bum out of the TARDIS. There are Daleks somewhere.
Yeah, right. The Daleks rubbish dump.
Oh, smells fantastic.
Don't touch the walls.
Rotting Daleks, I know.
Strange. There's no electricity in here.
I think I know why. There should be an energy cell in there.
Perhaps the Daleks removed them.
But why would they do something like that?
Security. Well, hopefully a strange plan. I don't know.
Watch out!
Wait a minute. Dead.
Really?
Yes, it's completely empty. There's no alien inside it anymore.
Okay, but why is it standing there? It looks like it wants to get out.
There are burn marks back there. I'm gonna take a look at it.
Every time.
Bloody hell! Everything alright?
Yeah. You?
I guess so. It was the energy cell.
How did it explode here?
I have no idea. But something's happening here. And I want to know what. I'm here! Your number one enemy! The Doctor!
Doctor, what are you doing?
Attract attention. Oh, this will be fun.
Doctor! friend, Captain Jack. Did you know that there are no ways to travel through time?
How many times have I told you kids, no jumping through time?
You said you needed me. Was that necessary now?
Oh, you two don't know each other. The timelines. River, Donna, Donna, River.
Hi. Hey.
Now, hold still and look at me.
Why?
Don't speak, just look.
Doctor, I'm fine.
Calm down, Donna. It hasn't happened yet.
What?
Can't tell you, but you're still safe.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense at all. Oh wait, there was a Dalek. Where is he now? It doesn't fire.
Interesting.
What's this one? Bath too hot? What's wrong with him?
This art is complete nonsense. To Daleks, you're a Dalek, but I am the Doctor and you are not a Dalek. So, who are you?
I am a Dalek.
Then what am I?
The Doctor.
No, I asked what, not who. You don't know, right? Oh, I didn't expect that.
Why were you hiding from us? And who the hell are you? Please, I'm just a scrap collector. He knows you're here. Who? I'll explain everything later. We have to go. The path is blocked. The explosion caused the tunnel to collapse. Follow me. There's another way out. Doctor?
It's okay, I guess.
That didn't sound very convincing. Let them escape.
What?
They will come to us. Now go back to work. Doctor, am I just imagining? Or was there alien sitting on your shoulder?
You're not imagining it.
It was a Dalek, but it was so small. Why is it sitting on your shoulder?
I have no idea.
Who are you? And who's the person you were talking about?
I'm just a scrap collector, like I said. And because of the person, you should avoid this place.
Okay, that doesn't help. Let's start with something easy. Your name and your origin. I mean, come on. Why Dalek alien?
Not your problem. I got you guys out of there. I should actually ask. Who the hell are you?
You don't know who I am,
No,
but he knows.
he knows a lot. So, your names and the reason for your presence? Donna, hi. I'm here because he needs help.
Oh, come on, I'm the Doctor. I don't need help.
You always need help. Hi, you're the song, and I'm here because of the Daleks' signal. You received it? Yes. Why? It was a distress signal. I entered into the system as a virus 4 years ago. I thought he would have deactivated long ago.
Please, tell us more.
Come in. There's a storm coming over there. God, it's bloody cold in here. Oh, wait a second. Here you are. Thank you. My story. I don't know much about my home planet.
I remember the elders sending me away in an escape capsule. My race was at war with the Daleks at the time. I went into the stasis chamber and slept for 180 years.
My escape pod was badly damaged by a solar storm. This took me off course and caused the capsule to crash onto Skaro.
Due to the long stasis, my body was too weak, and I could not climb out of the capsule on my own. I know I was pulled out by someone. When I awoke, I was in the Dalek complex. That's where I met him. Dalek Pax. He's a humanoid creature. For him, the Daleks are like godsend. He wants to be one of them. At first, he seemed trustworthy to me. But I quickly realized that I was a prisoner. Pax also wanted to turn me into a Dalek. I managed to escape but stumbled upon 2 Daleks. I outwitted one by detonating an energy cell. The other was ready to kill me. I quickly found an object that looked most similar to a weapon, but it was a shrink ray. He immediately shrunk and stood quietly in front of me. I carefully opened the little one and discovered that the alien was still alive. That day I made my deal with Seth.
Wait a minute!
Your name was Seth.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oi, Doctor, let's continue the story. And what am I actually eating, eh?
These are snacks that I made myself.
Dalek snacks, delicious.
Okay, no more interruptions. Please continue with the story.
Please, I will help you. You're dying.
No Dalek would associate with your race?
This convergence is vile. I will kill you.
I will no longer serve you.
Okay, I'm just asking you this once. What is the name of your home planet?
The truth is, I don't.
Gallifrey. The home planet is called Gallifrey, Doctor.
Impossible. You're Seth. You speak through her.
We have been united by regeneration. We are one Dalek.
What a nightmare.
Release her.
That's impossible.
I could shoot him away.
No, you don't. Through regeneration, they share this body. One heart beats for the scrap collector, the other one for the Dalek. They're genetically fused together.
Oh, this is cool. And completely disgusting at the same time.
I'm not shocked that it even works. Oh wait, why doesn't she know who I am?
I don't share all my thoughts with her. Likewise, her past is too painful. I suppress some memories.
Why does the regeneration include you?
Because I wanted it. Besides, she was a very nice person.
So what? She was very nice. You, a Dalek, changed because she was a nice person.
Doctor, I think he changed because of the gun. It didn't just shrink him. Look.
Oh, that's bad. This weapon was developed by a race that was completely wiped out by the Daleks. They almost succeeded in genetically modifying the Daleks so that they become a peaceful species.
So good, Dalek.
I am not a good Dalek.
No, but not a complete one either. Dalek Pax himself called you hideous convergence. That's why he tried to kill you. That's why you're helping her. You gave her the knowledge to write that virus.
That's right. And to avoid being noticed, we hide in the old Dalek armor.
I hate it, but blimey, that's amazing.
What will you do?
Help.
I know when you think a lot. Tell me.
I can explain that the Daleks are doing some nonsense again. But what I don't understand is, why was she sent away from Gallifrey?
The Tardis may have the answers you're looking for.
Yes, possibly. But we can't get to her without causing a stir.
The escape pod. Oh, please, just stand in the doorway. I'm not hard of hearing.
Sorry.
Maybe they are in the escape pod.
Yes, there is data.
How are you doing?
Oh, well, that's a bit dizzying. The data is in the computer, or what's left of it. The main information is encrypted. Seth hasn't been able to decipher it yet either.
What's the escape pod?
Just a small part of it.
You have a working dubbing device?
Yeah, somewhere over here.
Okay. That should work. Gallifrey, Daleks War. I know all that except...
What? Doctor?
What did you read?
You're the Time Lord's Illithid experiment. You are bred from the ashes of the Time Lords. The ultimate weapon against the Daleks, like a rising phoenix.
The Phoenix Project. This project killed 23 Time Lords in half a second. It destroyed the entire research station and tore a hole into the time continuum. This weapon is not just dangerous for the Daleks. It could destroy the entire universe. No, you're lying. I'm not a weapon!
You must be crazy to bring up something like that in front of her. Seth said that he suppresses some memories of her.
You know what she is.
Yes, she's a friend, River. And right now, we're wasting our time with taunts like this. Here, use that to find out what Dalek Pax is planning and don't cause any more trouble.
Don't fight each other. Doctor, what exactly is the Phoenix Project?
There once was a scientist whose name was so long that everyone just called him Soul. He invented a way to extract energies from the ashes of every fallen Time Lord. The war between the Daleks was devastating. And as in every war, new weapons were developed.
This will be your last injection. Do you promise? I promise. How are you, Phoenix? Phoenix? What? The values are far too high. It shouldn't happen. Phoenix! Professor! Professor! Phoenix! Help! Someone! Anyone! Was that me?
Go to Gallifrey.
No, I can't go without you.
Yes, you can. You have to. Hey, Phoenix.
She landed on Gallifrey, but instead of getting help, the Phoenix Project was declared over. The capsule was broken by my people to fly to the sun. The Solar Stone saved it.
This is cruel. She's a person, not an experiment.
Yes. And she's a Time Lord.
Is that correct?
To my regret, yes.
I know that Seth is suppressing my memories. He doesn't keep this secret from me. That's one of the reasons why I trust him. But why should I believe you?
You're a Time Lord, and I don't care what your creator saw in you. What I see is a friend.
A friend? That sounds good.
May I count myself as a friend too?
You see? You're not alone.
What about River?
She's still the same thing. Give her time. Trust me. I'm the doctor.
What's that noise?
That's her. Yes?
I found some information. Can you come here?
Okay, we're on our way.
This file states that the Dalek Pax wants to infect dozens of planets with his experimental genes. So if he wants to call something Hideous Convergence, he should rename his own project's title.
This plan makes me sick. This is disgusting.
Everything that is not a Dalek would be wiped out piece by piece. We have to stop this.
Bloody hell. Here, take this. I have to go. I really do. I'm sorry. It's an emergency.
What? Why?
Spoilers.
What?
Crossfield.
Can you open it?
Yes, I can. Follow me.
Thanks, Jack. Donna!
Okay, the time is back. But what should we call you? Dalek's already taken.
Capaldi.
How did you come to this?
Oh, you really don't want to know.
Oh, forget it.
been expecting you.
Dalek packs, I assume.
That's right. I see one of my Daleks ready to me. Well done. Eliminate them.
Wait, you will fail.
Explain.
Because I'm the Doctor and you're just another enemy.
Fine then. I'll just do it myself. Exterminate!
Donna, now!
You can't win. Eliminate them, my beautiful Dalek. What? You're a Dalek. You have to eliminate them.
Actually, I'm a Time Lord.
You! I should have known you were in that armor.
You're not infallible, Pax.
Sorry to interrupt, but I need access to the console.
Bye-bye.
Access is granted.
Thanks. Okay, that should be enough. Donna, screwdriver!
You may have foiled my plan, but you will still die.
Doctor, the Daleks, they are coming.
Don't worry, I'll get you out of here. I promise.
You shouldn't make promises you can't keep, Doctor.
Stop talking, you potato!
Donna, ignore him. Take care of the console.
The door won't close!
Exterminate.
I read you, idiots!
I've hid long enough. Get out of here.
The system will be overloaded in 45 seconds. We have to run!
Do something, help like you promised!
I can't.
That's what I said.
Be quiet!
I'm so sorry, but we have to go now.
Now it's my turn. Exterminate.
Oh, my origins. Activate System 2. Search. Please search for other Daleks. But I think the idiots are dead.
right?
We gotta go off this planet.
Let's go!
Of course! A rising phoenix! You were reborn from the ashes! How could I forget that? Oh, brilliant.
Oi, Doctor. Another will restart for the day. So, he's a good Dalek after all.
He hates it when you say that.
You know Shasta's thoughts?
Yes. And he's happy to see new worlds without wanting to destroy them.
Yeah, still feels good. One happy Dalek.
If the Dalek is no poker party, what is your name?
My name is Phoenix.
Like the project.
Now that I know my past again, I know I can't change it. And that will always be a part of me. And to be honest, I like the name.
Allons-y! Here we are, your new home.
You already kept your promise.
Yes, but I still have to ask you to wear that inhibitor.
Great design. But what exactly is it?
Your powers are far too powerful for this or any other galaxy. I don't want you to fall into the wrong hands. It also masks your true identity. Seth will be invisible to others.
And what will happen to Dalek Capaldi?
He's already in your new house. But you have to keep it in the lab. You understand?
Yes, I understand. Thanks, Doctor.
Finally, she's free. Oh, Doctor, you're delivering me my ultimate weapon on a silver platter.